Okay, so my headphones broke. I'm outside holding my phone to my mouth. And really want to touch on something or philosophy of mine that I've brewed over this past year, cascading through several months. I've kind of realized that there's an arrogance epidemic among humanity. I don't know if it's something that's been recurring or maybe it's deep-rooted, but I've realized that arrogance is what rules men and women these days. It's what strings them along. I think that the path that guides humanity is the pursuit of education, the pursuit of learning, and all of our decisions. Airplane. Not a pleasant noise. Anyways, I think all of our decisions and all things that we base our lives off of is to get to the next step. And even if we don't base our lives off these things, through our desires and through our means to achieve our goals, we kind of learn as we go. We learn through experience. That's what wisdom is. Wisdom is simply education that you gain through experiences. And what I mean by arrogance is our arrogance or our blind belief in our own pragmatic thoughts and feelings, which sometimes aren't even our own, kind of blinds us from learning the truth. I heard a fitting statement a couple months ago. I think last summer. It was saying if a millionaire tells you how to make money, or if best basketball player in the world or Mike Tyson tells you how to throw a punch, you're not going to tell him, I think I know how to throw the punch better than you do. You're going to shut up and learn. But sadly, people don't share that same belief when it comes to life, philosophy, and learning. They kind of blindly believe in their own beliefs, and arrogance shields them from learning. In fact, arrogance allows people to forget things that they've learned, or forget that life is about learning in the first place. They're blindly arrogant to their own ideals and desires. And I don't think that this just applies with I don't think the blocking just is with practical life learning and inheriting philosophy. I think it applies to things like family, relationships, progressing in society, getting to that next position, maybe even health. Open-mindedness is something that I feel is very important. Now, what should I call arrogance? Arrogance is simply just, like I said, a blind belief in your own ideas without anything backing it. Now you may ask, what does that entail? You could say, talking to a family member, they can't let go, or they can't learn from the burdens of their past because of arrogance. You're talking to maybe a girlfriend, and maybe something they held on from the past blinds them from something that's right in front of them. It's a form of arrogance, and all of it is really is superficial and self-serving. People are so arrogant that not only they're unable to learn, they're unable to love. Even love among humans is a form of arrogance. People say that they love somebody, but really, they're just trying to serve their own desires. It's really another form of arrogance. Look, there's a neighbor. It's an interesting thing. It's love and arrogance. People wouldn't really do things if they didn't serve their own beliefs. People are afraid to get uncomfortable because it'll violate the thoughts that they have. People can't have the right conversations with people with opposing beliefs because they're so arrogant in their thoughts that anybody violating that would piss them off, make them mad. People are so arrogant in their physical fitness that they won't challenge anybody in anything else because they know they'll lose. People are so arrogant in their beliefs that they'll never, ever learn. It's a sad thing. People will never love. People will never learn. And it's a shame because it's the beauty of life. And to understand the beauty of life, you have to shed arrogance. What I've realized is that the smartest people in this world, or those that have the most wisdom, at a certain point they realize that they know nothing. They completely let go of their arrogance. And it's not to say that they don't have confidence in their belief in ideas, but they understand that you can learn anything from anybody at any time. They understand that they don't know anything at all. And the things that they thought they did know are superficial. Things like money, physical desires, pale in comparison to the rich knowledge of this world. People like Socrates, great philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, in their diction, writings, speeches, have at some point realized they have no knowledge of anything. And the smarter I become and the more I learn, I realize that I really don't have any knowledge of anything. It's an interesting idea, interesting philosophy, interesting belief. Arrogance blinds us all.